Hi, friend. So today I wanted to go into the importance of community in this grief journey that we're on. And community can take many different forms, and they're all important. There's not one that's more important than the other. I feel like they each have a place in this grief journey. So I wanted to go through 3 different types of community and support that you can put in your life to help you on this journey, to encourage you, to motivate you, to inspire you. Because losing a child and walking through this can feel so lonely. And that's what I want to not happen for you. I don't want you to walk through this grief journey alone by yourself. Because, friend, you are not alone. I pray this episode blesses you. Welcome to Unlocking Joy After Grief. My name's Courtney, wife, mama of 6 kiddos, 1 in heaven waiting for us, and that's why I'm here. In 2017, we lost our 4-year-old son, Sam, and it's my joy to share with you everything this journey has taught me. So if you're ready for biblical encouragement, first-hand lessons, and support from a fellow grieving mama, then let's lace up our shoes and begin walking this road together. Before we get into today's episode, I'm so excited to announce that my free Facebook group is open. This group is just for us mamas who are walking through child loss. Inside my group, Unlocking Joy After Child Loss, Christian Grief Support for Grieving Moms, you'll get a community of mamas who understand the struggles of trying to figure out how to live after losing a child. Inside the group, I'll be providing weekly tips, encouragement, motivation to help you in your grief journey. You'll also be able to ask me any questions that you have related to your grief journey. The one thing this podcast doesn't have is a comment section, so I can't connect with you and talk with you about the things that we talk about each week. But now we can. If you go over to the Facebook group, we can talk all about that week's episode. If you have any questions and want advice from other moms, not just me, but other moms who have lost their children, this is the perfect place for you. So if you're looking for a community of mamas who understand what you're feeling and having to go through in this grief journey, then go to unlockingjoy.com/Facebook, and that will redirect you to the group where you can request to join. I'll also have the link in the show notes. All right, now let's get into today's episode. After we lost Sam, the support that we had from the people around us that we knew and didn't know was unbelievable. There were so many people that were there for us, praying for us. And y'all, I felt those prayers. People bought dinner for us, cleaned our house, gave us gifts from Sam's shirts and necklaces for me with his picture on it. There are so many things that people did for us, ways they showed support to me and my family after we lost Sam. It was at that moment that I realized the importance of community and having people in your life to support you, to be there with you, to walk with you. But community doesn't look like one thing. There are so many different ways that this can look in your life. I'm going to talk about 3 today, but by all means, it is not the only 3. There are so many different types of community and support that you can have in this grief journey. But I just want to pull out 3 to talk about today in hopes that it will help encourage you to know that you're not alone. You're not having to do this grief journey and walk through this pain and all this, the things that come with it, figuring out life and how am I going to make it through? You don't have to figure that out alone. And that's what I want this episode to be for you, is encouragement in different ways that you can have this support in your life. So the first type of community that you can have to help you walk through this grief journey is your family. Your family understands what it's like to lose a family member. Now, it's not the same as what you're having to walk through, losing your child, but they have lost a grandchild a nephew, a niece, and they're having to walk through their own version of grief. And so they understand because they lost a family member too when you lost your child. And so they can be there for you. And because they're your family, they will always be there. You have a constant support system built in for the rest of your life. Now, I know that's an ideal world. And I know there are times where there's a split in family. You might not have a great relationship with your family. And so this won't apply to you. The next point will. So just hang on. But if you have a supportive family system that's there for you, then they will be there for you when friends leave, when seasons of life change, and, you might not talk to your friends the same way you used to. Your family will be there. So the next support system that you can have in your life is your church. And this is a good one if you don't have a supportive family system in your life. Your church can be and will be your family. They can step into that void that's in your life if you don't have a family. They can be your adopted family, your church family. And they can stand in the gap for you if you don't have either a local family or a family that's in your life. But even if you do have a supportive family, because I have a very supportive family, but I also had my church family. I had both. And so even if you do have a supportive family, your church family can play an important part in this grief journey as well. They see you every week. Every week you're there. You grow together spiritually. They're invested in your life, in your family's life. Your kids go to kids' church. They're invested in your kids. You are living this life together. And that's a unique thing that your family, unless they go to church with you too, it's different. It's different than your family. Your church family is in a different part of your life than your family. And they're both important, but they're different. And so that's good news if you don't have a family you can rely on, because your church family, they're with you, they're invested with you, they will pray for you when you need it. There are so many times that I felt the prayers of my church family that helped carry me through. My church was the place that I wanted to go to after we lost Sam, because I knew that my church family there would be there walking every step with me. And they were. If you don't have a church, I encourage you to go out and find a church that you can plug into so you can experience this in your journey, because having that support is so amazing, having it week after week whenever you go to church, and they can walk through your healing and this grief journey with you. And the last community that I want to touch on in this episode is fellow grieving moms. These are the people that can truly say, I know how you're feeling, because they're feeling it too. They're walking it too. And they can truly say, I get it. And that's why I started this podcast, to be a voice of hope and encouragement to you from someone who understands. I have had to walk what you're walking, and I am still walking what you're walking. Losing a child is different than other types of grief. It's not right. Like, we should never have to go through what we've had to go through. Our child should still be here. And so the emotions and everything that come with this journey are so unique to this journey. And so to have someone walking with you who truly understands it is invaluable. It's so important. There are lots of different ways that you can connect with other moms and parents who've lost children. You can Google and see if there's some place local. If you want to meet in person, you can check with your church. Maybe they know, if they don't have a group, maybe they know someone local who puts on a group that meets weekly, biweekly, monthly to get together and talk with other parents who've lost children. And then I created a community, as you've already heard at the top of this episode, just for you. It's on Facebook. It's completely free. It's a private group, and it will be filled with other moms who are walking this journey with you. We can walk it together. We can encourage and motivate and inspire each other. We can say, I understand when you're having a bad day, when things aren't going great. We can be there for you. And so I highly encourage you to go join this group. Again, it's at unlockingjoy.com/Facebook, and that will redirect you to the group where you can request to join and come join our family. Let's walk this road together. We don't have to be alone. We can surround ourselves locally with our family, our church, local groups of other fellow grieving moms, and then we can surround ourselves virtually with other grieving moms who understand. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the group where we can connect, talk with each other, encourage each other, cry with each other, and walk through this road together. I'll see you next week. Love you, friend. Hi, Mama. I hope this episode blessed you. If so, would you mind sharing it with a fellow grieving mama who may need some encouragement on her grief journey? Also, please take 30 seconds and leave a rating and a written review wherever you listen to this episode. Reading your reviews brings so much joy to my heart, and I love connecting with you in that way. All right, I'll see you here next Thursday for another episode. Love you, friend.